Oh, right on. Hi, welcome to my tiny tube. I'm Marge, Hyoka empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. I don't know. It was funny because I started the stream in the OBS software, and then it captures previews. Well, I was just loving on the dogs before I started the stream, and I was loving on Artie, and I saw a flea. Benny has a vet appointment, so I can get some flea medicine. I gotta put that on the list of things to do. They don't ordinarily, they've never had fleas, really. So, explain some things. So, I'll get them the stuff they eat, and then that'll ward off. It'll kill them. I hate parasites, things that live off other things more than they oughta. The climate is really shifting. To me, for me today, it shifted in a big way. It went from really dense, a heavy energy period feeling to a lot lighter, and I think it has a lot to do with the comet. I've seen it here and there, and I love space stuff, but it just really hasn't been on my radar because I just, But on Lady Ladia de, I can't pronounce her last name. She did a talk with the guy with Trifton. That dude's cool, and I like him. He's got a cool vibe about the Neowise comet and the good omens, because all this stuff in nature, it represents things. It all has meanings. Everything means something. People are talking about symbols. Yeah, everything means something. A lot of times people, to create cognitive dissonance, they'll freaking, give one word opposite meanings the same thing. Or, I don't know. But, so I call this talk, It's All a Racket. Racket. Another definition of racket is an unpleasantly not loud noise. If your neighbors were playing horrible loud music, you could yell out the window, "Stop that racket!" Who comes up with this shit, man? Informally, the word racket also means illegal schemes, and I don't know about anybody else, but I can keep thinking about what the nation could be if they used all the money that they waste on anything related to the federal government and just gave it to the people instead. Because we don't need them. They're a bunch of fucking bullies, man. This is why I make talk about this. It's good that I stay home with Mom, because I have the warrior spirit in me, and I have been to battle. Literally, spiritually, figuratively, in all senses of the words. I've been to battle, and the wounded warrior is coming home. So, what they're figuring out is all this stuff is a racket. All these all these conflicts, it's all a racket. Everything's a racket. It's all to make noise, so it deters you and keeps you from your spirit. If there's noise, you're not going to get quiet and listen to your spirit. So self-will is running riot right now. Literally. People's self-will, their ego, just doing what they want because they can. They have they lack discipline. They have no moral compass because their magnetics are all wonky. Their freaking ethics are non-existent. They're completely self-serving themselves right now. And there's a collective that needs a lot more of their guidance and representation, and that their people aren't getting it. There's a young man, Chris David, and I thought about going up and taking pictures, and this is why I won't, because I know once you see it, once you've been there, once you see it, and it's easier for me, with age, you're supposed to get wisdom and learn things like it's easier to stay out of trouble than get out of trouble, because this kid, he's just like me. In a shirt, had, shorts, t-shirt, freaking backpack, He was in the Navy. He just walked up to a group of fucking meatheads, little tiny men, freaking armed to the gills, and just asked, "Why are you here?" And this is what he got. Okay, my phone's getting all wonky. I gotta calm down. Take it down a notch there, Marjo. This is what he got. He got pepper spray right in the face. That was his answer to his question to why are you here? See, and the fucking what kills me is we pay for all of their shit. All of their uniform, all that shit that fucking little bitch is wearing right there. That little fucker, take all that shit off. Who is that cop? I would love, that is a small man. Take all that shit off and come find me. Come find me in Salem. You can look up my stuff. I know they know who I am. But I come in peace. But he can come find me. That cop can, and I would love to sit and have a conversation and ask him what his cognitive fucking dissonance is. And I'm sorry he's got a little fucking penis and all the girls don't want to talk to him. But that shit, and that's what they do. Cops are stupid. In the military, to be a military police, you have to score a 37 on the ASVAB test. A 37. The lowest to get in is a 36. Understand what I'm saying. They take them dumb so they can program them and feed their ego and give them guns, and now they've all been released in the streets, your dickhead dads and uncles and brothers. And they're in charge, swinging their wieners, because nobody listens to their feelings. And that shit comes out sideways, and then this is the world that we get. 2020, year of clear vision, year of truth being revealed. Miss M for our 7, I think it's Mr. N, and then it's 4/7/1963. He posted on Instagram, did you know? Remember all those guys growing up, see all those nudie magazines, the Playboy? Naked young women. Did you know, this is his credit, he put this up him, so I gotta give credit where credit's due. I appreciate the information, because I knew this, and this is hard for me, because Hugh Hefner, I have the same fucking birthday as that motherfucker. How's that for transmuting? I gotta be extra decent, because scumbags like him were born on the same day as me, so I gotta cancel out his negative shit, and he's got a lot of negative shit, so I got a lot of good shit that I gotta do to cancel out his creepy pervy shit. In 1976, Playboy punished nude photos of Brooke Shields, who was just 10 years old at the time. You know, you see a pretty picture of a nice, that's fucking disgusting. It's all coming out. And pay attention to the ones that say, that doesn't happen. That deny. Anyone that denies. Because, folks, we got to make this earth for the kids. Because I was a kid. I was a baby that was raped. I don't know where anybody in my family was. I don't know the accounts of that, but I did read the police report. And it takes a lot of the emotion, when you read it in clinical terms. And that's what they do. They're clinical because there is no spirit in them. So they look at everything as objects. And then when everything's an object, they just chase the sensation and use things as objects to everything's. They don't look as people. When people are so in ego and have lost their soul, they don't look at people as people. They're just all objects to play, chess, manipulate, toy, get them to act how they want to. Use, go look up Heather O'Rourke, and her tragic ending. Yeah, red shoes. It's disgusting, people. But because people don't talk about it and haven't talked about it, that is what's kept the predator safe. This whole society has been for the predator and to keep the predator and the culprit safe. And it's all a racket, and everybody's starting to say, "Hey, wait a minute, hey, right? And they're looking at all these cartoons, and that's not funny, you know? I thought about acting. When I was a little girl, I had trouble with deciding. Okay, they're playing a role, you know. But in my mind, that story, you know, they are playing a role. But there's always a world where like Gilligan's Island exists. You know, there's the Gilligan's Island planet that's been living on, you know, and now it's fully populated, and you know how it's progressed. You know, the continuation of. That's how I think about stuff sometimes. And then, so, my train of thought derailed because the song shifted, so my heart space shifted. I'm moving on Rascal Flatts. I tell the music sometimes in case you want to put it on another tab and play along. So, it's all about the kids. We got to make this a safe place for kids where they can, and less pervy. See, and that's the thing is, you'll find out who the spiritualists are because they don't care about, like, yeah, sex is fun. Sex is, you know, it's weird. It's awkward. It's really, you know, there's other stuff. Okay, yeah, but there's other stuff that you could do to express love too. You know, and that never involves children. It's the girl that I don't even. That I can't imagine. That I won't imagine. I don't like. No. It's hard enough. I've been going in the mic because I've been on that Heather Work thing of honoring her vibration in case she's still trapped here. I want her to know that all the people that haven't heard her story, that she hasn't been forgotten, and that she's one of the reasons why I do these videos and I talk about gross, uncomfortable shadow shit, so I can get people. The humanity's already desensitized. I mean, I don't really talk about anything too gnarly here, but they just, people don't like realizing or hearing that their dads or uncles or brothers or moms, who, you know, people are assholes, but they know it because they say it too. But it's that whole Munchausen, that whole, you know, people have been programmed to respect their parents because of who they are. Well, I never respected my parents because who they were. Never. My parents never did respectable things, so I wasn't gonna respect them. See, in life we're given titles. We're predisposed to act certain ways at birth, and I never fit into those paradigms. Never, not once. I just always see different, better ways of doing stuff, and the ways that people do things are just unhelpful, unproductive, oftentimes very counterproductive. And then what had occurred to me is that people can make a lot of money in the idle time and lack of productivity. So I don't want to play their stupid reindeer games no more. So I do whatever I can to not deal with society as least amount as possible. Still trying to make network connections and still trying to find my same freak tribe. Still trying to find my same freak tribe. I got to connect with an old friend last night. I can't wait to see her in the real. That'll be a great hug. We were both crying. I'm like, you're gonna get... We were both like, because we were tuning into the moment. We were both in the present moment, and we care about each other so much. It's like time hadn't passed. It's one of those, and it had been 20 years since I'd seen her. I long time. Long time. And that's the thing, is only keep people like that really, that you can just share in the moment, in the space, and you don't need words. You're just gonna be together. See, none of that stuff has, and there were no orgasms at all involved. See, it's a spiritual go. It's a spiritual release. That's why all these people are so perverted, is everybody's looking for a release. Because they have all this pent up energy, and they're using that energy in unproductive, gross, seedy, disgusting, nasty ways. I was always more of a cuddler and a hand holder, you know? Sitting and watching or kisses on the cheek, stuff like that, you know? And then people always gotta make it twisted. People always gotta take it like that. Oh, it's always gotta be like that. And I'm not even safe, you know, like, you know, you think that I wouldn't have to put up with that shit as much because I'm a lesbian female that's always lived in a man's world. Well, the fact is, I get it more because then you have the freaking assholes that think that they can change my mind with their anatomy. And I was like, well, we'll never know because your personality is shit. Ew, too much work. Nah, I'm too lazy for that shit. Go fucking stroke your own egos. But there's a lot of dudes that are coming into their femininity, so they're balancing out. So there is hope for the human race slowed to a stroll. Yep. We have the potential to be positive in every situation. And then, if everyone does that, think about how wonderful the world could be. But no, they gotta be selfish assholes. Freaking saw a dude with the fucking brand new Tesla rolling around today. I'm like, Tesla suck! Out my window. Loud, because I'm loud. I'm fucking loud. So he knows I'm talking to him. So it's like, yeah, you know, I'll be that little dip in your ego fucking those ain't sustainable. You can't yell at people, Marge, for the cars that they drive. They work hard, Marge. They work really hard and they deserve it. They deserve it. They deserve to drive past freaking hundreds of homeless people on the streets that they use all of their taxes and because you know these fucking are walk through the freaking parking lots at freaking your local city and state offices that are all incidentally right now getting facelifts. I keep thinking of a world where there's no federal government at all. They're just a resource house, and they're bullies, and I'm freaking done with them. They served you know, when we lived in the 3D Earth in the controlling paradigm, they served their purpose, but we all connected. Where we go one, where we go all, we all connected. All that stuff. So there ain't no place for that patriarchal bullshit no more. Keep your wiener in your pants, boys. Nobody cares. All that shit. So if there's some warmongers out there, if you feel bad about all the shit that you've done, majors, lieutenant colonels, generals, you got some karma to repay, you can go ahead and PayPal me. I'll take cash. I can't get through to the VA, although I got an automated message from the freaking secretary of the veteran of the VA. We're gonna take more money. So it's all bells and whistles. It's all a racket. I get emails all the time about like how I can go to the canteen, which is their own Amazon, so to speak, their own store, their own online store, and I can buy trendy shit for you know, because these are, you know, membership thing. But I can't get the freaking the system is so broke, but they keep paying themselves so much, and I guess the UN just asked for $10 billion quadrillion or something to help people. No, you guys, you waste it. Stop fucking giving organizations money. Give it to the people that need it. Fucking these non-profits are all profits. The non-for-profit is just it's a shield, it's a label that they stamp on a piece of paper that says you paid for this membership, and you can be shady as shit because they can buy their Teslas and their fleets and their office furniture and their freaking hanging baskets. I keep seeing hanging baskets like at the United States Post Office. You know, there's beautiful decorative hanging baskets. Well, they're really big ones. They're like $100, $120, $170. But they're all lined up. Who pays for that? You know? See, if they stop buying all that shit, we could get a lot of return. The people that need it, people that care, want it, you know, people that you call us living in lack, but we just got so comfortable with where we're at because we're tired of fucking putting up with the red tape, bureaucratic bullshit, because the shit that you pay yourselves to do don't work, including technology. The human computer interface right now is fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Your programmer should pay you for fucking wasting their for wrecking your company. It's pathetic. And I'm going to the bank. I'm telling them about their glitches in their system. I'm going to Walmart. I'm telling. How come you guys don't, you know, whistleblow instead of calling it whistleblowers? How about helpful community helpers? You know, but the fucking swinging dicks have to put terminology on stuff like when the CIA termed they created the fucking conspiracy whatever theory. They made up that word. And then so they could pin it on anybody, just like stupid definitions like those examples. That loud Racket. But if it was your favorite song, would it be Racket, or is it just a song you don't like? It's all about perception, right? So, how are things in your neck of the wood? Is anybody out there? Molly McCord's next, so as soon as I'm done blabbing my mouth, I'm going to go listen to Molly McCord talk about the North Node soul growth. See, that's what I do all day long is I listen to astrology talks. All day long. Just all kinds. From people I like, I love. People that are, I'll stick it out as long as I can, and then sometimes I get too much data and I'm just not in alignment with them, so I can't even listen. And then I'll check back in every now and again to see if maybe we've come into alignment, because people always evolve and change and grow. And just because you ain't cool with somebody today don't mean that, you know, maybe later, you know. So always good to leave your heart open and never say, it's over forever! I'm never going to speak to you! All that shit. I've made those declarations. I still can. I still might. I could be done. I could make one today. Who knows? I'm a human being. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. And I checked out this index of life at a really weird time. What is going on? It's so surreal. It's so Solvent Green. It is so Brave New World. It is so all these storylines of what happens when civilizations fall from ego because they lost their spirit. Anyway, weather's nice. It's hot. That's why I'm doing my talk here. It's hot. So, alright. I think that... Oh, no, I still gotta... I can't go off on... Oh, that... I wasn't done with that part. Is I listen to astrology talks all day long, and then I dip into the news and stuff like that, and then I see how it's playing out. Like, you know, because it's also playing out so freaking remarkably right now. I can't believe the stuff that... I wonder who the ones are, the plot twists that are really going to surprise me. You know what I mean? The ones that are like, dang, I didn't see that one coming. Because I'm not 100% right. I mean, I read energy, but I ain't 100% right on everybody. You want to leave that to a private time when Marge is not on live video, please? I don't, just in a minute. I'm wrapping it up. That's just, some things are sacred, bud. It's not him, it's me. It's always me. Man, I hate that it's always me. But when people say, you always do this, it's always the wrong shit. I'm like, but you don't look at... It's hard to look at situations with different perspectives, you know. And sometimes other people are righter about stuff than I am. Go with it. They're righter about stuff than I am, so I'm just gonna, you know, because it's data information. You just get new stuff all the time, so it's like, I'm a little less for that than I was yesterday. That's less of an idea. Sometimes people act in ways and you're just like, they ain't on my planet. They ain't on my 5D Earth. They on that 3D rock. They left them on 3D rock, third rock from the sun. So, alright, that's about all I got for now. I hope y'all have a rad day. Maybe it went later this evening when it cools down. You gonna do helicopter butt? He's like, well, don't ask me to do one behavior and switch it for another. I'm not your puppet. See? Free will. This is why they're all brats, because I just let them do whatever they want because they're animals and I don't need to dominate them. I just have a house full of potty pads everywhere. No, they're pretty good. We get the option to go out. I try and get them up. All right, let's get up. Let's go outside. Be a dog. Let's go outside. Be a dog. But it is pretty hot, and it's not like it's cold in here. It's comfortable. The fan on, but so when they go out, it's taxing. They're all getting older, so it's taxing on the system, the differential, the temperature change. That's why I hate air conditioning. Oh, I hate air conditioning. Hate it. And then you have all the frickin' really largely unhealthy population of the egomaniacal that are in charge of the thermostat, and so they're all unhealthy and eat their feelings, so they're hot all the time and uncomfortable, so I have to jack up the freaking AC to keep them cool because they're all sweating like a pig, you know, but they call it menopause.